Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing all your comments on TikTok asking me for reviews analysis for this one, so today, it's finally happening. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer recently set up a new router for their home and shared their initial thoughts on the experience. Our reviewer chose this specific model after doing a lot of research, concluding it was a fantastic value compared to a similar, more expensive unit. The only significant difference was a minor speed limitation on the 4 GHz band, which this client felt was trivial since most high-demand devices would be using the faster 5 GHz or 6 GHz bands anyway. The setup process, however, presented a minor hiccup. After setting a custom network name, a required firmware update reset it to the default, even though the companion app still displayed the new name. The only workaround was to disable the Smart Connect feature, which merges all bands into a single network ID. Once separated, the custom names for each band appeared correctly. When it comes to performance, the results have been good but not revolutionary. The range on the 4 GHz and 5 GHz bands is pretty much the same as the budget-friendly router it replaced. On a positive note, their desktop computer was finally able to max out their internet connection on the 5 GHz band, which was a huge improvement. The 6 GHz band, on the other hand, was a major disappointment. Its range is terrible, effectively limited to the same room as the device. In a direct comparison, it was even slightly slower than the 5 GHz band on a compatible phone. Despite the flaws, this client still feels the device is a good deal, especially for its solid performance on the most commonly used bands. They have noticed their phone occasionally connecting to the slower 4 GHz network, forcing them to manually forget that network to stay on the 5 GHz band. This is an issue the Smart Connect feature might have solved if it had worked properly. Ultimately, they see it as a purchase for future-proofing, hoping it will perform better as newer devices become available.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer was genuinely impressed with this router, especially considering its cost. One important thing to note is that, due to the physics of the wavelength used, anyone hoping to utilize the full potential of Wi-Fi 7 shouldn't expect it to easily penetrate walls. This client is currently using the 6E band and finding the performance to be excellent. While the download speeds might be slightly less than what was achievable with Wi-Fi 6, the latency has noticeably improved. Our reviewer also found the range, particularly on the 5 GHz bands, to be surprisingly good, surpassing the performance of previous routers from another brand. The access point is user-friendly. It's straightforward to set up without the need for a dedicated app, which is a definite plus. The interface is clean and uncluttered, and it integrated seamlessly with an existing server. The design is also practical. The reviewer found the shape well-suited for rack mounting with a custom-printed housing. Furthermore, the device runs cool and silently. Having glanced at some of the negative reviews, it seems many issues stem from a misunderstanding of the device's capabilities and the limitations of different wireless bands. It's crucial to understand that Wi-Fi 7 and even 6E will struggle with walls. If range and wall penetration are critical, adjusting the network settings accordingly is advisable.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer finally upgraded their decade-old router, a decision driven by mounting connectivity problems rather than a desire for the latest tech. After wading through countless reviews and doing a bit of research, they settled on this networking device. The setup process was generally smooth, although our reviewer opted for the computer-based installation and encountered a minor hiccup, needing to refresh their browser a couple of times to complete the configuration. Despite that small snag, the benefits became immediately apparent. This client was surprised to find that many of their software-related issues vanished after installing the device. One specific example involved a video game that previously struggled to display certain information, now functioning flawlessly. The reviewer was impressed by the backward compatibility, noting that the multiple frequency bands allowed their older security cameras to connect to the network without any problems. Coverage is also significantly improved. Living in an apartment, this user now enjoys a strong, reliable signal throughout their home. They can use any device in any room with minimal slowdown. Even the companion app is a welcome addition, consolidating the functionality of several other apps into a single, easy-to-use interface, including network monitoring and speed testing. All in all, our reviewer is extremely satisfied with this wireless device and its performance so far.
That's it for this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.